a big challenge or task that we might have ahead of us, try to, get this social movement going. But I think the important thing is, as long as we keep going and we don't get frustrated if people don't agree with what we're doing or whatever, but for maybe every 2 who don't agree, you might find 4. And I think that's what helps to build. And, and sometimes I think too, people just need to see something different and figure maybe they might, say to themselves, well, you know what, this is not so bad after all. I think too, knowledge is power. So once if you come to a couple of these, you join the organization, and then what the mandate is and how we all interact as members, I think that makes it easier for you to be able to go out there, talk to your friends and family and other people, and let them know about this organization and what they're doing. Agreed. Anybody else have a comment?
Can I add to that, Beverly?
Sure.
Okay, so because Lynette had by the way, I'm seeing 2 Lynettes. Does Lynette have a doppelganger or a twin, or it's just a coincidence that 2 ladies called Lynette Marcial? It has Lynette's name next to her picture.
I'm the one and only.
That's so weird. Maybe it's a glitch.
Oh.
Because there's another lovely lady on the call right now.
That's me. Oh, you know what? I sent her the link because she couldn't join. She initially invited me and she couldn't join. And I said, well, how come you can't join? And I sent her what she sent me. So maybe it came under my name because I sent it to her. But her name is Ursuline. Her name is Ursuline Husbands. She's from St. Lucia.
I'm here.
Hello, Ursuline.
Yes.
Hi.
Ursuline, I can't see you. Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't see. No, I can't see you because I'm sharing my screen.
Okay.
Or else I would have known who it was.
I was there a while ago.
Okay.
Hi, Bev.
Hi.
Is it you are? You are?
SULINE.
Okay, thank you. I just changed the name on the screen there. Perfect. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So now, just to add to what Beverly was saying, remember this is a social movement, and I think the previous slide, it talked about the different elements of a social movement: collective behavior. You have to be organized, and then there was a quote at the bottom that said there has to be protest. So in a way, what we're doing is encouraging our community to protest in its simplest definition. The definition of a protest is just to express an objective. That's what a protest. It doesn't mean pickets, and that's not the only definition of protest, standing at the government building, etc. It's expressing an objection, right? To how things are being said, to how things are being done. And that objection can be expressed in your own family circle, even just you as a person, you're expressing in your everyday. For example, language, right? One thing that you can do, practical, that any of us can do, and it doesn't cost anything, is to change our language, right? In a way that serves us. And that's why I said, that's what we said at the beginning, Danielle read it out. We don't use terms that have not served us historically. So things like racial terms, right? We don't use that. And paying attention to your language is important, because what you speak, right? It goes out into the universe, and that is the energy coming back to you. So that's something that everybody can do at home, for themselves, for their children, their friends. Call yourself Guyanese if you want to. Guyanese Canadian, Lucian Canadian, Lucian even. Indo-Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean, yes. But black, brown, and white, that is directly related to a period of time that was meant to oppress people. So change the language and take ownership, take autonomy over who you are as a person. Using that language gives the power to colonialists. Using their language and that's their story. We have to tell our own story. Change, so that's something that we actually have power to do. Change our language, change the narrative. We don't have to accept that our name is not, that our identity is not on the poll. You don't have to accept that. You can go to the person who made the poll and say, hello, what about Caribbean? Can you add that? What about Jamaican? Can you add it to the list so I can check it off? You don't have to write other all the time. We're not other. I mean, I understand we're doing it because there's no other options, right? We're just writing it as other. I've done it too, but I'm just saying there's a better way that will serve us over time. And that is to address it rather than just comply with it or be complacent with it. Another thing is to, in your everyday, connect with like-minded people. And that's where membership comes in, because the 15 of us are like-minded people, but perhaps maybe your friends, your family, your acquaintances, your other connections, probably not on the same page as you yet. And when you're out there, it's difficult to stand your ground when you don't feel supported. It's difficult to go out there and educate others when you don't feel supported, right? If you're the minority in your circle where you're the only one who thinks it's better to stop using black and brown and white, it's tough to have that conversation with people that you love, right? So my suggestion is that you connect with like-minded people. So you do have a safe, compassionate, respectful space that you can engage in these types of conversations, and you don't feel judged, you don't feel ridiculed, right, or critiqued. And instead, what we're doing is fostering an environment for you to self-actualize. We're fostering an environment where you belong, not fit in. Another thing too is change your beliefs. You can do that. You have power to do that. What our parents told us to believe or our grandparents told us to believe back then may have served us. If it's not serving you now, you have the power to change those beliefs. So if before you were taught to hush your mouth and don't tell anybody when you're having a problem and don't ask for help, just smile and look like you have everything together, right? And perhaps you're suffering and it hasn't served you, you can change that. You know what? Starting today, I'm going to actually ask for help when I need help. Those are just everyday habits that you can change, right? Or to hold on to something that happened to you 15 years ago. Hold on to it. Stay there in the anger. Feeling like you being angry is actually impacting that person, the person who did you harm. You stay in there angry like it's hurting them. It's not. It's only hurting you, right? So choose forgiveness. Choose healing. Those are just, so that's what we're saying as far as how do we see this movement? How do we address the identity crisis is by things like that. Those examples I just gave you. Now, I don't know if you're ready to go on to this slide here showing Beverly, but it's the perfect segue. Okay. So outside of your day-to-day changes in habits, like I just mentioned, there will be times where we have to protest, like at the government level. And that's where Caribbean Heritage Month comes in. In October 2018, this organization established Caribbean Heritage Month in Canada. And ever since then, we've been celebrating every October. We used to meet in person. Obviously, last year we did it virtually. We have events. We're learning about the different countries. We're having, we're dancing. We're doing all kinds of stuff during the month of October. And we do a social media campaign. We put fun facts out there on social media so people learn, etc. And we have a petition going around as well, because as of right now, the Caribbean Heritage Month has not been legislated in Canada. It has been established. It hasn't been legislated. And that is a 3-step, very, very time-consuming governmental process, political process for that to happen. So we've already started that. And that's where we actually did go down to Ontario Parliament in 2019. And we protested. And we said, we want a Caribbean Heritage Month. We want our people to be recognized. We've been here since the late 1700s, and up to now, up to 2018, we never had a Heritage Month. Just to put it out there in case you were thinking it, I'm just going to put it out there. Black History Month is not Caribbean Heritage Month. Does everybody get that? Thumbs up if you get it. Right. So the Tamils have a Heritage Month, the Italians, the Portuguese, the Jewish, the Chinese, everybody except the Caribbeans have a Heritage Month. So rather than just accept the way things are and just be complacent with the way things are and just be upset that, hello, why aren't they recognizing us? We've taken the initiative to start it. So this year, October, it's going to be the same thing like we've been doing since 2018. We're going to be lobbying the MPs and the MPPs in all the different provinces, including Northwest Territory. We want to get all the different MPPs to introduce a bill in Parliament. We want Caribbean Heritage Month to be recognized in every province and in every territory. Because Lynette is there.
Yeah.
So then they should have a Caribbean Heritage Month. Wherever we are, they should have a Caribbean Heritage Month. Right?
Yes.
I love that she's from Northwest Territories. Oh my God. So I keep going back to it.
I can't wait until the end so we can.
Oh my gosh, I love it
so much more.
I love it. And then so another little thing is just participating, right? Show up, be present, participate like what you're doing with the 15 of us doing it tonight. Be a part of the conversation. Don't get left out. You're invited here all the time. Just know that. If I'm just leaving that open invitation to Ursuline and Lynette, right? You're open to come back all the time. The door is open. It doesn't close.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right? Because this conversation has to happen. It's not a one-time conversation, it's a dialogue. Right? And all nationalities, all ethnicities, all age groups, all genders, they have to be a part of this conversation. So that's what Caribbean Heritage Month is all about. It's an opportunity to remember, celebrate, educate future generations about Caribbean Canadians and the important and inspirational role they have played and continue to play in communities across Canada. It's already introduced in Ontario Parliament as Bill 134, if you want to look it up on the internet. Type in Bill 134 Ontario Parliament, and you'll see that it was introduced. So it's past the first of 3 phases. And it doesn't just naturally, organically go to the second and third phase. The community has to push it to the next phase. And then the third phase. And then finally it's officially legislated. Otherwise it just sits there on the books and the MPPs forget about it. Because they have so many other things going on. The community has to make sure that they're loud all the time and they're not forgotten about. Thank you, Beverly.
Thank you. So we're going to move on, and we're going to now have give you a rundown of programs that we have going on, and I'm going to give like just maybe a minute and a half or so, just a brief description. So Mark, can you speak to Deepak Chopra, please?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So we started a success intensive book club where we are. There is an actual book club, but this is a special reading that we're doing with members of our organization. We're calling it Success Intensive, particularly reading Deepak Chopra's 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. So we're going through that reading. What we are doing is we're reading 1 chapter per week, and the chapters are fairly short, but a lot of what Camille and I call goodness inside of each chapter. So we're taking it slow. We go through, we read each chapter, and then after these sessions on Sundays at 9 p.m., between 9 and 10, we do a discussion with the group. So the overall group is invited to listen in, and also provide input. But the actual readers are, we go through in detail and kind of discuss what we read and some of our thoughts around that. So just wanted to share that. This week is week number 4, and 4 of 7. And just with the price back in, is more than welcome to stay on and listen in at night.
Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
Oliver, you're up next for social meetups.
Sure. For social meetups, it's a virtual social gathering. For all members are invited every week. We've been doing this since last March. Similar setting like this. This is a little bit different where we have outside community coming in. And the purpose is to create a fun way to connect, foster relationship, and heighten the sense of unity. And so members are encouraged to engage in a fun and discussion and games and educational materials, just like what Mark just described, while learning more about each other and community and our culture. And that's what social meetup is all about. Every week we've been doing this.
Thank you, Oliver.
You're welcome.
Danielle, can you speak to the yoga and deep breathing, please?
So the Caribbean Canadian Yoga and Deep Breathing program is our response since last April when the pandemic hit, as a way for us to connect while practicing a healthy lifestyle activity. And as we know, yoga is a stretching activity, but it's also really great for your overall physical strength, posture, balance, as well as the deep breathing. It helps with the relief of joint pain, calming anxiety, reducing stress. It's a really great way for us to keep connected, doing these things to, keep us steady during these uncertain times. We meet 3 days a week as members. All members are welcome to join on Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. for our bedtime stretch, and then Sunday mornings for our Sun Up Sunday. We call it Sun Up Sunday morning stretch, where we get some energy for the day and the week and start off on a positive note. We call our Tuesdays Tune Up Tuesdays and Therapeutic Thursdays, where we do a slower stretch, as I say, preparing for bedtime, along with the deep breathing. And that's at 9 p.m. And then Sun Up Sundays is at 10 a.m. We meet on Zoom, and you can find the Zoom link on our members events page to join us. So as I say, it's open to all levels. We use beginner level yoga videos to prepare and to stretch. So it's a good comfort level for everyone to join. And we hope to see some members up on Tuesday, more members out on Tuesday and Thursday coming, and again on Sunday.
Thank you. So the Me First Bootcamp, I will be the one speaking to this. So this is for Caribbean Women's Society members, 1 day a week for 8 weeks. Is it 8 weeks, Camille? 8 or 10?
60 days.
Okay, 60 days. All right. It's participant led, which allows us to connect and enable Caribbean Canadian women on their journey towards self-awareness and self-esteem. So essentially, we all facilitate 1 week, and we have a discussion. We welcome each other. We do a breathing exercise for 5 minutes. And what I really like is towards the end, what we do, we've got to compliment each other. And it's actually really, really nice because, outside of that, do we compliment each other on a regular basis? No, but at least with this, we do. We are trying to establish a men's version So that's a work in progress. Lisa, Caribbean Canadian Kids Club.
Yes, so the Caribbean Canadian Kids Club, which is also known as CCKC, is a safe space for kids ages 4 to 14 to get together, have fun, make friends, learn new skills such as character building skills and life skills, and to learn more about their Caribbean culture and heritage. The Caribbean Canadian Kids Club meets every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Every week, there's something different planned for the kids. This year, we started a virtual tour around the Caribbean. So far, we have visited 4 islands: Haiti, Grenada, St. Lucia, and we are currently in Barbados. We normally travel via plane to the different islands, but this time we took a cruise ship from St. Lucia to Barbados. While visiting the Caribbean islands, the kids learn history, they learn fun facts about the island, they make a dish from each island. This Tuesday, we'll be making conkeys from Barbados.
Ooh.
We play games, and we also learn Caribbean stories and dances. We are always looking for volunteers to facilitate stories or activities with the kids. So if you're looking for something fun to do with your kids, grandkids, please join us on a Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa. Chelsea.
Awesome. So the feeder program is tailored towards Caribbean Canadian post-secondary students who are looking to continue their philanthropy and cultural connections outside of their Caribbean student groups. The ultimate goal of this program is to connect Caribbean student leaders to the larger Caribbean Canadian community by connecting them to other Caribbean Canadian student leaders, providing them with mentorship opportunities, and engaging them in planning and developing activities that strengthen their Caribbean Canadian identity and preserve Caribbean culture. There are currently 5 Caribbean Canadian student groups from different universities participating in this program, which include York University's Guyanese Student Council and the University of Waterloo's Association of Caribbean Students. As this is the first year that this program has been facilitated, we're hoping to grow the number of campus groups as well as student leaders that are involved in this program in the upcoming academic year. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Chelsea. Oliver, C5 Exchange.
C5 Exchange. Can you hear me? Okay. So as a board member of Caribbean Canadian Chamber of Commerce and Community, C5 and C5 Exchange is a weekly participant-led social meetup to and discussion between our board, C5 board, and the college and university Caribbean Club executives. So the purpose for this is to connect with them, enable them, and engage them in leadership roles. Hence the reason why there's exchange, the C5 Exchange, and we currently are learning a lot from them, and they're learning from us as well. So that's the C5 Exchange program.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mark or Chelsea, either one of you. Can you speak to this one, please? Young Professionals Award.
Chelsea, you want to take this, or you want me to take it?
Sorry, I think it's Mark.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is an annual award that we have been we've had a program over the last few years where we are providing young Caribbean Canadians the opportunity to display their entrepreneurship and just things that they're doing within the community. So what we do is it's a professional award that is awarded to any young Caribbean Canadian nominees that are doing good things in our communities. So just the annual award that we look forward to and provide to potential nominees.
Thanks, Mark. And I have this one as well, Mark, the E-Commerce Bootcamp.
Sure, no problem. So the E-Commerce Bootcamp is another exciting an exciting adventure that our team's taking. So what we ended up doing was we offer it out to the Chamber of Commerce, any members who are looking to put their products online or have product or service that they'd like to sell online. We have a boot camp running right now that started on April the 10th, where we are putting together an e-commerce website for this organization, as well as it will help any Chamber of Commerce members who are looking to market their products online. So about this, we're working toward having an online store available via Shopify by April the 24th or 25th of this month. So we're making really good progress on that. The bootcamp itself, as well as we're running through 10 different sessions of how to start a business online. So the group we're all working together, learning it together, and building the platform, the e-commerce website together as well. So look out for that. You'll see some really cool products that we have online that are available to sell.
Great. Oliver, one more for you.
Sure.
Member Spotlight.
Yes. So speaking of the e-commerce bootcamp, we also have a program for C5 members where they're given 5 to 10 minutes to present their product or service idea or just about any topic or anything that they're passionate about to an audience like this. So this way, they can showcase and maybe apply for affiliate program in the e-commerce when that's started up and ready. And these presentations, promote the members' product and service, on our platforms at no cost. So that's what our C5 Spotlight is all about.
Great. Thank you. So that gives everybody an idea of all the different programs that we have on the go right now. So we're going to move on here.
Before you move on, Beverley,
Sure.
there's a few upcoming programs that I want to mention.
Sure.
First of all, let me just backtrack. C5, for those of you who don't know, it stands for Caribbean Canadian Chamber of Commerce and Communities. So if you're a member of that organization, each organization has specific activities or programs. So this one here is specifically talking about the chamber that David is a part of. But then there are other programs where everybody is invited, regardless of whichever organization you belong to, like the yoga and the Sunday meetups. But we do have some additional upcoming programs or events coming up. One is a coloring party for women. That's going to be on Friday, May 7th. You would have to be a member of Caribbean Women's Society. You'd have to be a member, right? So you can apply for membership beforehand and you would be invited to this. So a lot of our programming and events is exclusive to members. Because again, the point here we're trying to do is draw in like-minded people and keep them connected, right? And the bigger picture is we're on this social movement. We need to have a collective of people to push it forward. So that's a coloring party Friday, May 7th from 9 to 10 p.m. in the night, women only. We'll have Caribbean music playing. You grab a glass of wine if you're so inclined, or a snack. And we're just connecting and bonding and conversing, etc. We also have a LinkedIn workshop coming up. The date has not been decided, but it will be in May. Again, it's for members, in particular the chamber, right? So the first one was for Caribbean Women's Society members. Now, the LinkedIn workshop is for members of the Caribbean Canadian Chamber of Commerce and Community. And you'll learn how to create a LinkedIn profile or to improve your LinkedIn profile so that you can have professional networks. You can, promote yourself in a professional way. So that is, again, for members, and the date is sometime in May. It hasn't been decided yet. And then lastly, in July, we're starting a parenting masterclass. It will be a 7-week masterclass for Caribbean Canadian parents. And of course, you'd have to be a member of the parents group, which is the blue logo behind me, Caribbean Canadian Parents United. It includes parents, guardians, grandparents, etc. And it's a 7-week where, similar to what Mark was talking about at the beginning, we're reading a Deepak Chopra book of the 7 spiritual laws of success. Deepak Chopra also has a parenting version of that book. So how to teach those laws to your children or grandchildren. Thank you, Oliver, so that they can be successful as well. So what we're doing here is identifying tools that we didn't have as children, but identifying tools now that we can use here to help our children reach their full potential. Thank you, Beverley.
Great. Thank you. So pretty much this now brings us to the end of just getting to know what our organizations are about,